Welcome to the Table Talk podcast, where we interview the top business leaders in their respective industries.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Whenever this podcast finds you, I'm your host, Andrew Tremendous Jones, all the way from Toronto, Canada. I have a special guest here with Table Talk, Courtney, all the way from Michigan. How you doing? I am fantastic. I need you to tell me all about hashtag share the good, okay? You were telling me a bit about it. I need to know more in depth what you guys do and who you guys serve. Give us a bird's eye view of what you guys do.
Absolutely. So I'm so happy to be here. I've been featured on lots of podcasts lately, so I must be in that realm here lately that I'm just getting lots
Let's
of
make it
podcast
happen.
requests, which I've got the gift of gab, so I will be happy to sit here and chat with you all afternoon. But for the sake of time, I own a company in Southern Michigan called Second Story Marketing, and we help small businesses, nonprofits, manufacturing companies share the good about things that are happening in their organizations or businesses. And one of the reasons we kind of came up with that tagline and that hashtag, share the good, is because we realized that a lot of businesses just forget or don't have time or the resources to kind of toot their own horn about great things that are happening. So
Of course.
we help them do that.
So I'm just curious, what inspired you to pursue your current path, and how has your vision evolved along the way?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was in a variety of marketing and event planning jobs and kind of just bouncing around. And what I was really realizing was after a couple years, I would learn everything. I would do all of the events for that company. And then I just kind of more or less got bored. And
Okay.
so I had dabbled in consulting with a public relations agency when I was in college. And so I thought, maybe I will enter into doing some consulting for some businesses. And that's 15 years ago. We're celebrating our 15th business anniversary this year. And just helping a really big variety of companies and organizations with their marketing. And it's such a diverse portfolio that we have of clients that I am never bored at this point.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
So, yeah, it's good.
So if you had to define what I call your expert superpower, the unique skill set or insight that sets you apart in your industry, what would that be, and how has it shaped your success?
Yeah, so our superpower would be kind of, we don't have packages. So a lot of marketing agencies and companies have packages where it's like, these are the things that we're going to do for you. We really let our clients come to us and tell us what they need, what they're looking for. And then if it's things even that we don't provide, we have got a wide partnership resource database that we reach out to and make sure that the client is getting needs met if it's not one of the things. So we're always working to partner with other companies.
Of course.
With other, whether that's videographers or photographers or website people that know way more than we know about websites and things like that, to bring them on board just to make sure that our customers are getting serviced well. So our superpower would be that we just love partnering in general, whether that's with your business, with other businesses, or with our vendors that we work with regularly.
Okay, so Courtney, take me through a customer journey. I come on board, I own a fashion line. I know nada, diddly squat about marketing. I need some help. What do we do? What's the starting point? What's the exit plan?
Yeah, absolutely. So we start all of our clients for the most part with a marketing audit where we just kind of look over everything they're doing. So anything with a logo on it, we want to see, because we want to kind of start where and meet our clients where they are, so we know where they want to grow. So a marketing audit is done of digital marketing and printed materials and collateral and all of the things, signage, that we go over with clients. From there, we work to create a marketing plan. We always do a 1-year marketing plan and then update that marketing plan every year just to make sure we're hitting some goals that the business might have. Always, if we have the opportunity, looking at the client's strategic plan that they might have for their business, so that everything is aligned, so that we're not one-offing lots of different projects and doing a lot of emergency marketing, for lack of a better term.
That makes sense.
And then we just work through that marketing plan. So
Wow.
making sure that our partners are all on board, that my staff is all on board, that
Okay.
lots of research has been done about that industry and that client and their competitors. So
So let me ask you this. How has AI been impacting your industry and how are you guys utilizing it?
yeah,
By the
super.
way, I'm not AI. I'm real, okay?
Okay, great. We love AI, which everybody should be loving AI on some level. So we're utilizing AI for content writing, for um, brainstorming. A lot of our
Mhm.
times, just initial brainstorming with a client, it's kind of a great starting point. Content creation, we've dabbled in, but I will say we want to make sure that when we're creating branding and marketing materials for our clients that it's sounding like them, so we're using words they use, we're using language that they use and things like that.
Of
And
course.
oftentimes you can't do that with AI. It's not quite that tuned in yet. So
Hmm.
so that's the part where you need the people, you
Right.
need our staff to kind of fine tune that that level of marketing, so that we make sure that our clients, that their information is sounding like them.
Of
So
course.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the main thing with AI. You don't want the regurgitated information that ChatGPT
right,
gives you. You want to personalize it as much as you can.
exactly, yeah.
So, how powerful has networking been for your success? How are you guys finding clients?
Yeah. So I will say we are a marketing company that does no marketing for ourselves. And I say that
Wow.
with a grain of salt because I sit on 5 boards in our community. Um,
Hmm.
I have sat on many boards over 15 years of being in this business. And I will tell you, our best clients are clients that know us, like us, and trust us. And you only get to that point when you're doing networking, um, through continuous communications on boards and committees and involvement in the community, that I think carries our marketing for us.
Yeah, you get a lot of referrals that way.
Yeah, all of them.
That's amazing. So let me
Yeah,
ask you
thank
this.
you.
What's your guys' secret sauce? If you were to say a unique strategy or principle or framework that you believe that other people in your industry overlook or underutilize.
Yeah. So I've got a secret sauce, I think. In this day and age of uh, tough times for employee recruitment,
Right.
I love doing mentorships.
I see.
So we do a ton of interns. For the last 15 years, I'm going to say I don't even know how many interns have come through here.
Wow.
From that group of interns every summer that I have, and some will end up staying on through the fall. Some I can get to stay on through the winter, depending on what their level of education is and how much time they've got
Of
available.
course, of course.
And I will tell you that right now, um, all of my staff all of them except for one, has been hired from an internship. So
Wow.
it's really nice because on an internship level, right, I get to train them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's amazing.
So instead of unlearning bad habits that could have come along the way,
Of
um,
course.
I get to take them and mold them, and it works out great for employee recruitment. I have never placed an employee ad for an employee. They have
Wow.
always just come to me.
And your
And
retention is stronger that way.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So all of our staff has been here. Our interns that we've hired, I think, are all 5 or 6 years. They've been with me past their internship into
Wow.
employment. So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
it's
Kudos to
great.
you. So, in a rapidly changing world, where do you see your industry going in the next 5 to 10 years, and how you guys working to stay ahead of the curve?
Yeah. So I am out of college
Uh-huh.
since 2001 when
Right.
I graduated from Central Michigan University. And my degree is in public relations. And I took lots of copywriting classes and journalism classes, broadcasting classes, things like that. Um, Obviously, at that time, there was no social media.
Of course.
So when I came into this industry and I came into marketing and public relations, um, it was almost all printed publications. So you're talking newspapers and magazines and print ads and all of those things. And obviously, we've seen a huge shift to digital.
Okay, okay.
So obviously, I think as much as it hurts my heart to say that, there's less and less of print, obviously it's going more and more towards digital, which is good and it's a little scary at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's good and it's bad, but obviously I can see that happening more so as we go.
So, what would you see is the biggest problem in your industry currently so far, and how you guys working to solve it?
Well, I think um, obviously a challenge is AI and just
Right,
learning how to manage that. Also, to manage that with our clients against their competitors.
right.
Um, I think is a challenge in the future. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
We've got to
it's
love
just
it. We've got to use
education,
it. We've
really.
got to embrace it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
there, but it just makes it how do I have uh my good that I'm trying to share,
mhm,
for all of my clients? How do I make that even more effective using AI and also against the competitors? I think is just, challenging.
of course. So, if there was one thing, or there was a few things that you could offer up in the way of advice to an entrepreneur aspiring to follow in your footsteps, what would that be?
Oh, an entrepreneur who wants to go into marketing or who wants to open a marketing consulting business.
Exactly.
I would say network as much as possible.
Yes.
Your strongest clients are going to come from networking. Again, from people who know, like, and trust you, have been our solid clients for, at this point, going on decades,
Right,
which
right, right.
we're so grateful for. Um, I think that would be my strongest one is just being out there and saving some money potentially on paid advertising. We do a marketing mix for our clients, so we don't always just push paid advertising. We push a mix of that, and one of those things is sponsorships,
Okay,
uh,
okay.
being on boards, being involved in the community, so you can get exposure and people get to know you personally.
Okay. So, Courtney, we talked shop for a bit. I want to switch gears. This is
Okay.
what I call the lightning round. I never tell my guests beforehand because I want to catch you off guard and get the real you. I'm gonna hit you with some fire rapid questions.
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Cats or dogs?
I didn't hear you. What?
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Okay. If you could grab only one weapon during a zombie apocalypse, what would it be?
Uh, Hairspray.
And a lighter, okay? Make you a little
There you go.
flamethrower, okay? A favorite quote or phrase you think about often?
Quote or phrase, I think. Let go and let God.
Oh, thank you for that, okay? Salute. Favorite movie?
You've got mail.
Ah, I like that one. Favorite book?
Favorite book. Um, oh my gosh, to just pick one?
Let's go two.
I know, right? Exactly. Um, I don't know. I feel like a classic, like Little Women or something. I have to pick.
Right. Right. The Marx Sisters. That's
Right?
amazing.
Yes, exactly.
I read that a long time ago. It's amazing.
Same. I
One
know.
one bucket list item you have already accomplished.
One bucket list item. One of my bucket list items I was telling you about earlier before we jumped on the podcast was one of the things that's a struggle for me is Michigan in the winter, because we have got so many cloudy, overcast days. And one of my bucket list items was to work from a virtual location, work virtually from a location that was much sunnier and much warmer than it is in here in February. And I've been doing that
Right.
for the last 6 years in Florida for a month. So cross it off
One bucket list item that you haven't accomplished yet.
that I haven't accomplished. Oh, nothing's coming. Come back to me on that one.
Okay. Well, that's the last one. We can hold we can hold that one. But listen, Courtney, if any one of our viewers wanted to work with you, get in touch, collaborate, how can they get in touch?
Absolutely. So you can go to secondstorymarketing.net. That's the number 2ND.
Okay.
.net is our website. You can see lots of our customer testimonials and a lot of our client work. We're on all the socials, I think. Facebook,
Okay.
Instagram, LinkedIn.
And hashtag share the good.
Hashtag
Okay?
share the good.
Hashtag share the good.
You
Don't
got
forget
it.
that. Most
You got
definitely.
it.
Listen, Courtney, it's been a plumb, pleasing pleasure having you on. I learned a lot. I'm sure our guests have learned a lot. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.